Hey Star Warriors, Star Geek here, in the second episode of Star Wars Versus. With hundreds of Star Wars characters out there, how are we to decide who's the best, most amazing character in the galaxy? Under 5 simple categories, we can face 2 different characters against each other for the most important judgment of their creation. Weapon, courage, rank, skill, and legacy, all used to decide a winner. Today we compare Prissy Protocol and human-cyborg relations C-3PO against quick-thinking Astromech Droid R2-D2. I'm throwing all personal bias out the window on this one, considering Threepio is my favorite character. Let's kick this episode off with our first category, weapons. Between the characters, there isn't much competition. While Threepio may be given a weapon or two in the cartoon series, he really doesn't use weapons at all. First of all, he can barely walk. He waddles everywhere. Second, he can't really hold anything. In episode 4, they actually had to tape the comlink to Anthony Daniels' hand because the suit wouldn't allow him to move his fingers. Just imagine trying to fire a gun or hold a lightsaber. And third, why would he need weapons? He's meant solely for protocol and etiquette. R2, on the other hand, actually has some surprising armament. Sure, most of what he uses just shocks or stuns, but it's definitely better than C-3PO. Plus, one of R2's coolest moments is when he pours out that fuel onto the super battle droids and ignites it by turning on his jetpacks. This is not only one of the best uses of droid ingenuity in the films, but it pushed him ahead to win this category. Point goes to R2 and his gadgets.
My parts are showing. My goodness.
Which brings us into our next category, rank. R2-D2 truly is an amazing mechanic, fixing everything in sight. His rank as Astromech Droid is incredibly useful throughout the saga, but it isn't exactly the most respectful droid position. Sure, it may be one of the most useful classes of robots in the Star Wars universe, but C-3PO's status as Protocol Droid is much more respectable. Threepio is programmed to serve the high class, while R2 is meant to repair broken machines or beep at a pilot, only to be destroyed a few moments later. It's like the difference between a civilized butler of high society and a simple repairman. Etiquette and protocol simply beat out brains of skill and social rank. Point goes to the Prissy Protocol Droid, C-3PO.
Don't blame me. I'm an interpreter. I'm not supposed to know a mouse socket from a computer terminal.
Now let's look into the skill of our competitors. Threepio definitely knows how to serve the high class. In the prequels, he is constantly wishing to help out in any way possible. And in the originals, Threepio makes himself useful by translating millions of languages and using his wit to get the rebels out of sticky situations. His masterful language skills are definitely one of his best features, but he isn't always the most practical droid, especially compared to R2-D2. R2 not only finds a way to get out of every entanglement, but he also knows how to fix practically everything. His engineering and mechanical skills are some of the most useful in the galaxy. I think that the ability to actually repair and innovate items to a new extent is more important than translating Ewok speak. Point goes to R2.
I've just about had enough of you.
Legacy is an important part of any character, and that's why that's the next category. R2-D2, the droid that single-handedly repaired the hull to the ship that saved the Queen, the droid that guided Luke towards Obi-Wan Kenobi, the droid that helped destroy the Death Star, and the droid that saved the galaxy. There's no droid more important than this one. Well, that is except for C-3PO. You may be thinking, how does Threepio have a better legacy than R2-D2? Well, first of all, we see C-3PO's legacy get built up through the films. He's built by the Dark Lord Darth Vader, fights alongside the savior of the galaxy, and becomes an honored god. Not only that, but he's the one who actually let R2 even start his journey. Without Threepio, Luke would have never picked out R2-D2, he never would have met Ben, and the galaxy would continue to live in despair. Point goes to Threepio.
But I do believe they think I am some sort of god.
In our final category, let's talk about courage. Alright, I might as well just end it off here. There is no way Threepio could beat out R2 in courage. Let's just take a moment to look at all of Threepio's greatest freakouts.
We'll be destroyed for sure. This is madness. What are we going to do? We'll be sent to the spice mines of Kessel or smashed into who knows what. Don't you call me a mindless philosopher, you overweight glob of grease. Now come on before somebody sees you. Listen to them, they're dying, R2. Curse my metal body, I wasn't fast enough, it's all my fault.
Wait for me! Wait! Stop!
Typical. Wait! Sir, the possibility of successfully navigating an asteroid field is approximately 3,720 to 1!
Never tell me the odds.
Oh, this is suicide! There's nowhere to go. I think it might be better if I stay behind and guard the ship. Oh no. Oh my! Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. No, please don't get up. We're in danger. I must tell the others. Oh no! I've been shot! Oh, please, I'm not ready to die! Ow! That hurts! Bend down, you thoughtless! Ow! Artoo, come back at once. You haven't finished with me yet.
Goodness gracious me.
Oh, abhorrent! Oh, Artoo, don't leave me! Oh, not my eyes! Artoo, help! Wake me up! Here we go again.
I think that's all we need. R2 automatically beats out C-3PO, getting our favorite Astromech the courage point he needed. Our overweight glob of grease, R2-D2, wins in the second episode of Star Wars Versus. Who do you want to see battle in the next episode of Star Wars Versus? Please put it in the comments to see if your pick ends up in the next video. Subscribe to Star Geek for weekly Star Wars content. If you agree that R2 should have won, disagree, or just enjoyed the video, please shoot that like button at light speed. You can go check out my Facebook page, linked in the description below, as it really helps me out when you like my page. If you go over to the page, you will get frequent news on Star Wars Episode 7, Star Geek episodes, memes, and even R2-D2. Also go and check out my Twitter account, @StarGeekYT, for tons of quick updates. Try clicking on the screen to subscribe, and click on the link to the left for my last video, my most recent Q&A. You can also click on the right to watch my first Star Wars Versus episode, in this case, comparing Han and Luke. Don't forget to like the video, and comment on who you think should have won, and who you want to see next, below the video. Until we meet again in a galaxy far, far away, this has been Star Geek. Did you guys know that R2-D2 was the most vulgar character on the Star Wars sets? Every word he said was bleeped out.
I don't know what all this trouble is about, but I'm sure it must be your fault. You watch your language.